Продовжуємо робочий день у прес-центрі.
We continue our working day. Now we'll be talking about wonderful arts, about jazz, Koktebell Jazz Fest, and the special event which will take place in Kyiv, the Bed Plus concert in Kyiv. Our speakers are Liliya, Mlynarych, the president of Koktebell Jazz Festival, and Oleksiy Kogan, journalist, permanent host of Koktebell Jazz Fest. Liliya, the floor is yours. Good afternoon. Today we have come here with very good news. And we would like to talk about that. Koktebell Jazz Fest is close. There are 3 days left to it. And we need to do it in a little town, new place with new name, Chernomorsk. That's a great thing for this little town, for Odessa region, and we want it to be very bright and new way. This is a nice town, and the location is great. The beach that no one knows in Chernogorsk, we found it. It was forgotten beach, and this will be very bright, very festival atmosphere, beautiful scene, stage, and we hope that the local people will come. That is our first experience to work in this city, in municipality. We have always been in very small towns. In Zatoka and Koktebel there were 3,000 local citizens, and here 70,000.
І тому нам здається, що для фесту це такий виклик, але виклик на розвиток.
We believe that this is the challenge, and we invite people from Odessa, because that is just 17 kilometers away from Odessa. Local people said that the buses, coaches go every 10 minutes. As always, Koktebell Jazz Fest happens in 4 locations, 4 venues, and that's great. This is a local initiative. The local authorities in Chernomorsk vessel repair plant helped us to create the special stage which is called Jazz and Sea. It's not like Voloshin stage where the atmosphere was different, but that's also very interesting. We thank our partners in Chernomorsk. It's the first experience for us when local authorities and local company, local business says that we want to have jazz, and they did something for that. We will have a very bright new jazz, the main stage, special stage, open stage, and Artishock. We have also art festival, and they will be public, they will be open for and free for everyone. There will be very interesting programs, bright speakers, young projects. I would like to thank an expert board that was doing all they could to show new Ukrainian music. In 2 years, it has developed a lot. Also, we will have a very interesting eco-volunteer movement. They're working hard there. Many people joined us, and that's a pleasure to make this place clean, beautiful. So welcome to us. Welcome to us. I would like to talk more about after party and give the floor to Oleksiy Kogan. It's amazing. Good afternoon. I've been observing Jazz Koktebell Festival for many years. I have an honor to work with this festival. I'm myself the organizer of two festivals, Jazz Koktebell and Liliya. And these are our real friends because they not just declare the friendship, but we cooperate in reality. And believe me, it's very difficult to find new location, new venue after Koktebel. We were 2 years in Zatoka, now in Chernomorsk. From the point of view of the infrastructure, it will be closer than Zatoka. It will be better. On the other hand, as a person from jazz, I believe that the main thing that we need is peace in Ukraine. And I believe that this launch in Chernomorsk is a certain symbol. I'm not talking about new Vasuki like in Ilf and Petrov's book, but there are grounds to create the festival that will be attended by people annually because this year the festival in Montreux in Swiss, and they had the 50th. I even have a gift from them, the bottle of champagne. Montreux, 50 years. Montreux Festival, 50 years. I believe this could be done. Chernomorsk should get an owner. And they prepare some special instruments for some famous musician. Once I asked a musician whether he likes his new drums, but he said they are like new shoes. You need time, and I believe that we need time for Chernomorsk. We just need to live there. And this will become a very great start, and I wish it to my friends from the festival. They can count that I will help. I've always been talking about that, and Liliya doesn't like it, that any festival that is open air, which is in such picturesque places near the sea, has some sign. What is a festival? It's a chance to see people that you will not see in Kyiv for a year. These are different types of people who just go there to feel themselves part of big crowd. Just those who are party animals and who want to become part of that. Also another category is target audience. They go to listen to one performer. Then there are people, there's a sea next to it, there's something to drink, something to eat, and any music will be an addition to first-class menu. And also, now I'm talking about that with smile, those who during a year write some stupid things in the internet, but then go to the festival every year. And that is, I believe, what the audience looks like in Koktebel, and this year will be the same. If you know jazz music, I know that Liliya for 5 years has been trying to invite to Ukraine such musicians, outstanding musicians. These are musicians from the trio The Bed Plus. I know many people who will go to Chernomorsk only because of that group. I know people who will go just to listen to the guy from The Bed Plus, because that's his first visit to Ukraine. And don't forget, if you don't get to Chernomorsk on the 30th of August in Atlas Club, The Bed Plus will perform a concert. These are musicians who negate the theory about modern jazz. People say when there's for piano, drums and the bass, but here it goes from the reverse. The main one is drummist, but percussionist, but basically it's not the jazz trio. That's a single instrument that people haven't invented the name for. And you also can hear young Ukrainian performers. There will be many of them. There will be Vlad Karashchuk. He was performing at different competitions when he was even 8. Now he had mutation. Now Vlad Karashchuk will be there. You can hear a girl who, I don't know well these competitions, Christina Solovey. She will perform. The program is based on Ukrainian folk music, but one of the languages that she uses is the jazz language. When people are talking about jazz, I've been involved in jazz all my life, and I still do not know what it is. I'm surprised by people who know what it is. And also the group that was in Koktebell and will be again, there's Ton Bruket, a Swedish group. 3 years ago, they just at the they performed in Kyiv in masterclass. The musicians come to us again with a new program from the album Forever Greens, and also you will see Dan Berglund, who worked a lot with and unfortunately one of the headliners of European jazz perished during diving. He liked diving, and since then Dan Benberg is heading the project Ton Bruke is a group where the stars of European jazz perform, and they represent the company Act Music. One more detail: in Koktebel, in Chernomorsk, you will hear one of the most interesting Ukrainian jazzmen, that's Denis Dudko. Young girls know Denis Dudko as bass guitarist from Elza, but Denis Dudko is one of the brightest jazz composers. You know, this is no secret. Most of our jazz performers work with pop music performers because they have to feed their families. And Denis Dudko is not lazy. He performs with the Elzy. He organizes interesting projects, and in Chernomorsk you will hear a new program of sextet of Denis Dudko. I believe that all the journalists, all the representatives of mass media should do everything to support this festival. I'm talking about that as a journalist. Please support people. Don't compare that festival with other festivals. The more festivals we'll have on the map of Ukraine, the better it is. And as always, I remember my favorite English proverb. If you believe that this trip is a temporary failure, then remember that temporary failures are better than temporary successes. I will be happy to see you in the festival in Chernomorsk. I will be happy to see you at the concert in Atlas, at the concert of the Betlas, and I would like to wish the festival to stay there and to do it like in Montreal. I always explain at briefings. It's a little village.
Клод Нопс, світла йому пам'ять, директор фестивалю, перетворив на справжній бренд.
And the director of the festival turned it into a real brand. I once saw the honorary diploma of Montreal Village for saving the village budget of the village Montreal. He was saving the budget, creating the festival. He was doing it so that in July, in this little village, hundreds and thousands of the lovers of music would go. And the main thing we know that with Liliya, just Koktebell is not trying to entertain and impose. Music is jazz is the music of free people who want to be free. The main task of this festival is to show how different could the music today be, where the language of jazz is just one of many languages that talented musicians are using, who will be performing at this festival.
So we would like to remain in Chernomorsk, and we would like to return to Koktebel when it becomes Ukrainian once again. It is Ukrainian. Yes, it is temporarily occupied. Firstly, love should be mutual. Local entrepreneurs and local government should want to help us. I would like to make a comparison that we are like neighbors. We just try to get acquainted. Someone is just wow and others can be different. And this spring there was casting. I know coastline of Odessa Oblast very well. I can be GPS for you. And I found a place in Yuzhne, people who love music, especially jazz, and they wanted so much that we come. But there are only 2 hotels, 300 rooms. So this is a residential area near Odessa seaside plant, and there is equipment. I respect them 100%, and if we could live there, maybe. But Chernomorsk we love because this is a new story. This is just a new turn. So we closed that page with Ilichevsk, and now this is Chernomorsk. And we knew about Chernomorsk. Ilf and Petrov story, and this is it. And this is a place where there are some production facilities, large port, and a cozy recreational area where people came to Ilichevsk first, but not many people knew that you can relax there. And we also carry out a mission. We try to share the information about different towns of Ukraine. I always meet with local entrepreneurs and activists, and I say when they proposed to shift our site from Voloshin Square to Nudist Beach, local entrepreneurs said, we understand that this is not to your liking, but we will buy cable for you, and they did it. Liliya and Zatoka, people cannot believe that people in these years 50,000 hryvnias were provided, and they bought this cable, and we established the scene for this money. Also, in Crimea, we knew that all the documents will be prepared in February, and in May there will be a meeting, and they will tell us what will be. And we were a brand of this peninsula, and they love to be involved in this. And I believe that Chernomorsk also will be a brand. As co-branding, it will help to create a new face of this town. Thank you. Now question. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, there are no many journalists here, and we have a direct broadcast, and we would like to speak about mission and tasks of the festival. For the first time, I was lucky. I had some free time, and I was attending the Festival of Classical Music, and I returned to Salzburg Festival, and I dreamed to go tomorrow and help Liliya and to see the festival for the first time, because I attended Koktebell a long time ago. It's a great festival, and this time I would like to feel what audience feels, whether this festival is really needed, because it's difficult to organize the festival in another place. And I know this from the audience, from the performers and organizers, how to find the key to perform the functions. And this is the movement of renewal in order to show the new direction, new area of activity, and to give fresh air. Please, Liliya, please tell us about your feelings that your Chernomorsk festival would be held yearly. I was really impressed by Salzburg Festival. This is different methodology, but what should be done in order that the festival won't fight for survival, but become a brand that it should be, especially for Chernomorsk? Thank you for your question. Not only for our festival, what should be done to make this festival really great? It should develop and should meet those goals. I will ask Oleksiy to tell us about it, because he has large experience in festivals. In my opinion, we should change the attitude towards culture on the whole. This is really a broad issue. So I can tell you about my emotional experience. In 2014, we moved to Zatoka, and everyone asked why. There was war in the country. So, and you hold some sort of festival. So at the start, security said to me, Elena Viktorovna, some servicemen came. So I wanted to tell them what we are doing there, and they said that they were in Odessa hospital and they felt better. They said, we came, but we have only 200 hryvnias, and your price is 100 hryvnias. But I said, please come join us. And in 4 days, for these 200 hryvnias, they bought a big bouquet of roses for me. and they said that this festival is a great support for them. So the festival can only survive if people help. It was very emotional for me to come to Zatoka for the first time because of nostalgia. So we should speak about those people who were in Koktebell and in Zatoka. All Ukrainian musicians were there, those who became famous now. And in Koktebell there were many projects. It happens that they meet with foreign performers also, and the festival is not only concerts. These are jams and informal communication where the ideas are born. And it's really great when you see that the projects are created, for example, Ukrainian and French projects, or Ukrainian Brazilian projects, so the communication is important, one more important thing. I was really worried when I came to Zatoka. We bought many hygienic means against insects in Odessa. My granddad told me that there is no one truth in war. There are many truths. And I saw many Russians who went to Koktebell and then they went to Zatoka. And I lived near the scene, and there was a big scene. There was there were 5 concerts a day. And many people who went to Koktebell, they were some sort of omelette for me. For example, I saw Sashko from Irkutsk, so it's okay. You should not believe that all Russians are for Putin. You shouldn't say this. I saw people from Saratov and from Tula who came to Zatoka. There was a doctor. His name is Mikhail. We never spoke about politics, but once I got SMS from him, and I listened to you in Tula, please forgive us. And these people, they come, and this doctor brought some Tula rolls, cakes. I won't mention the names, and Liliya know these people, many people who can potential sponsors. They help Ukrainian army now. So there is no festival jazz in Kyiv. So we worked on this for 6 years, but a person who helped us then, he said, no, this is not time to do this. Knowing, because it's really difficult to restore this festival. And that's why I'm thankful to Liliya. This is a struggle for survival, of course. It is needed that Ukrainian businessmen should understand that they should invest in this festival, not through the scheme of Mikhail Zhvanetsky, what is business Soviet style. So you should jump, catch the prey, and then you should keep silence. So money is freedom, and business people should understand that this platform that is Chernomorsk, they can earn there, not right now, but we should create infrastructure there. I saw Liliya going through Koktebell, and there is a grader that is coming after her that clears the road for the musicians to go to the scene. I saw this with my own eyes. So there should be hotels, and people should know that they should not steal, they should earn in order to dine there. And there is a place where you can eat and not to get poisoned. This great city is Lviv, and there should be an owner and people who are interested in this financially. And I remember my friend Liliya, Liliya know about her, Annie Erm. She also organized the festival, and I asked her, and we met. And Anya, I know that this is. I'm sorry, but I have to ask, what is the cost of your festival? And she said the figure, and I asked her where she gets this money from. And she says that half of the money is provided by the Ministry of Culture. So it's not possible for us. For us, we should be honest. Not everyone understands the importance. There are many jazz musicians. We can say that they are Ukrainian cultural expert. We have such people today, but the rest I select who can be chosen as sponsor. For example, some IT or a transportation company. I can refuse those who sell alcohol or tobacco, because if there are children, it's not a good in good taste to have such companies. So she can choose there in Estonia. They can choose who will be sponsors of the event. So Estonia is smaller than Vinnytsia Oblast, and there it happens. So I didn't envy anyone, but in Warsaw, the director of the festival comes to the stage and says the partner of this festival is the mayor's office of Warsaw. So I feel that this is really good. So maybe you can mention some names. So, except of American jazzmen, so not only jazz music will be presented. In order to invite people to the festival, we should perform different musics, and the journalists can ask what, for example, Oleksiy Kogan does there, or Aquarium, or Tequila Jazz in Koktebell Festival. So they can bring some profit to the festivals, and they perform for people. And also many people came to see hear Aquarium, and also Andrei Makarevich. This happened also that these are normal things. And Purple or Montreux Festival, but they attract the public. So jazz, for example, a girl with good figure came, so this is jazz. You got the money you didn't expect to get, so this is jazz. Or your girlfriend left you, this is jazz. And if you met a new girl, so this is also jazz. So I would like to add several names. There will be an opening that it will be very interesting. We like that those who performed as Gaz, Boston, and it will be interesting to see them. So, and Boston will be at the festival. They will represent Switzerland, and also Max de Sax. This is interesting program. Blue Foundation. These are electronic museum representatives. Twilight track was performed by them. And many other interesting names in the fest. We know that there were 50 summer festivals in Ukraine. If you compare only Valkova and Popkin, they will show another programs. We won't allow to they should only present exclusive program at our festival. So Tom Buchanan and Oleksiy Kogan will be present there, and he invites you really to come to the festival. I invite you because you will really like it. And there will be two projects from Israel. This is new music. We brought Guardians of Brund and Pumpan. We sang to our friends from the embassy of who helped us. And Paul Rogers performed, I remember, a guitar man from Argentina who played solo, I don't remember his name. Gavrikol Gvartsteris and Richard Garlino, who performed, Jim Riddle, a fantastic musician. So they performed on the small, Julia Romas, and also about Yura, we should remind about. On the 25th of August, the festival will be opened on Jazz Mura, and Yuri Kuznetsov, we will remember him. He was one of the founders of High Music in Odessa and one of the co-founders of the Festival of Odessa Jazz Carnival that and there were many performers in Koktebell, and one group failed us, and we made a surprise for Liliya. We had some humor in music. I told some jokes, and it was an interesting project together with Evgeny Utkin. This project was called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there were performers and some musicians were not able to come. That's why together with Yuri we created a duet of not duet. And we should remember about people who created the glory of Ukrainian jazz, and Yuri is one of these people. Radio Liberty, I have 3 small questions. The first one, it is understandable why the festival came from Crimea to Chernomorsk, but it is interesting why the festival went from Zatoka to Chernomorsk. And what is the number of groups and how many people bought the tickets? And it is known that in previous years the organizers during Koktebell Festival said that the festival that is carried out, that there were some problems with Kisilov, and is the story repeating itself this year? I would like to answer briefly the third question. This festival is the same, will be held the same days, but this year they didn't show the lineup, and in this Crisis Media Center there was a press conference about this issue, because on the 19th of July, the State Department of the United States said that Jazz Festival Koktebell is the only Ukrainian festival where American performers can attend, and Koktebell Jazz Party knows. So they tried, but Artur Sandoval was attending, and why from Zatoka to Chernomorsk, I will tell you. You maybe know that there were some events in city council, some deputies. The mayor was in the detention facility. I cannot tell anything bad about him. He really helped. But it was impossible to make decision. It was we didn't get the answer to our letters, and I was responsible for the festival, and I want to express my gratitude to the embassies of the United States, of Israel, Switzerland, and Sweden. So these are the names of sponsors, and these are grant programs, and we had to provide the list of documents on this festival. And this festival should be in accordance with Ukrainian legislation, and the mayor of Chernomorsk provide me with all the necessary things. And the legend of Cuban music, he didn't make excuse, but the first time we saw each other, he said, I have a manager. He gets the proposal to come to the festival. If everything is okay, I would come. But when I knew to what festival I rejected, but the State Department of the United States is a serious thing. So the performers know that they shouldn't violate the rules. As to ethics, that should be present. So some people phoned and asked me to spend several days at this festival, and you can just guess what I answered. As to ethics, jazz ethics and the organization of the festival and Kyiv, this is not compatible things. And this year, we didn't have this, and I hope that everything is understandable. So there was the question about statistics. We have 50 concerts. We have 230 performers for scenes. We have 1,200 people who bought tickets. We have also curators who are just perfect and bright. And also, we expect we also were provided to an open stage in the central beach of the city. They said that you will have 10,000 people there. This will be the minimum. And we hope for this, and 12 Ukrainian young groups, one from Latvia and one also from Belarus. So we go back to tradition to show not only new Ukrainian music, but music from different countries. So the audience will be wonderful. And also about 800 tickets separately, and we have partners that distribute tickets, and there are some rules. I do not want to advertise them now. So we do everything possible, and also for the first time we have a tent. We have camp. Also, from festival to festival, we have a year, and if we compare, you work for a year, then a festival happens. So. No one spoke about it today, that during the year there were many events, showcase of young performers. There were different performers who came and became popular. So Серебряная свадьба from Belarus, Babkina concert and other concerts. And also I would like to speak about myself. So I provided a series of lectures on Zatok and Koktebell, and in master class, this is our friend. We used their facilities, and there were some activities connected with the festival. Now the masterclass went to a new place. I knew that it would happen, that it cannot start the 1st of September, maybe 15th of September. And now I saw the people from masterclass that maybe they will start in October, because it's difficult to shift the place. And for the 8th year, it was really a good house, where everyone had the activity there, and the doors there open, the galleries and the halls, and there was roof that also would be open, and we used this during our performance. And a lot of activities are held during the year. And I won't say that this is advertisement. This is local work that should be done during each festival. Between the festivals, it is really important. So we have one more question. In Aksionova, Radio Liberty, tell us, please, in these 3 years, how the geography of your festival changed? Thank you for your question. Really changed. You know, there is some sort of replacement, some sort of change. We had about 65-70% of population of large cities, Kharkiv, Kyiv, Dnipro, Zaporizhia, and Odessa. No, but not Lviv. But I would like to speak about changes. No, not Lviv. And 20-25%, these were the Russian cities, Peter, St. Petersburg, and Moscow. But there were also some visits from Kaliningrad, Irkutsk, Tula, Sakhalin. So even 20-30 people came to see the festival, and I thank those people who come to the festival. We have, for the 3rd year, they have information that people from Koktebell will come. And also there are many people from Belarus, and also Moldovans also come, because it is not far away from them now. Then Slovak people, and also Czech Poland, and also Lviv comes, and people from Lviv and Odessa come, and so there will be more people this year, we hope. Thank you very much. To have something, we should take care of this. So you really greatly organized this festival, and we hope that it will be a special event. If you like Chernomorsk, maybe it will be a new home for your wonderful festival. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you all during our festival. Thank you.